Indeed, so we've been going back and forth together as a team and we haven't really gotten to a conclusive answer to the question, are engagement rings old-fashioned or is it a symbol of love and commitment? Should they really be your precious or can you actually do without them? So today to discuss the significance of wearing rings in relationships is relationship expert Dr. Eve. So good to have you here. Thank you very much once again for joining us. But firstly, let's quickly go to the streets. We asked the question, is an engagement ring more a message for the two people or is it for others? Take a look.
An engagement ring is a different thing for different people. For some couples, it's an acknowledgement for people out there to know, I'm taken. It can also be, I promise you that I am going to be with you. I am now committed and this is our relationship, no outside parties. And we're planning now a life together. We're not married, but we're getting there.
In my opinion, it's generally for the female. I'm not a lover of jewelry, so personal preference, no, not for the man.
It's a symbol to announce that you have made a decision to finally get married.
It's a statement for everyone else to know that that woman is now taken and she is planning on getting married. It goes both ways. It's for people to see and for them to sort of have that symbol for each other.
Well, very interesting viewpoints indeed, and we'd like to hear yours as well on the question, how important are engagement rings? Of course, you can give us a call on 083-9133-728. So, Dr. Eve, the significance of an engagement ring.
You know what I found interesting about this Vox Pops is that different age groups were saying exactly the same thing. That a ring shows that the woman is taken. Now, you know, I'm a feminist, so it's a little bit of a sexist thing for me to feel that a woman
that last
is
young lady, she said it goes both ways.
She did.
She did say
I
it
was
goes
very
both
pleased
ways.
to see she was younger, so she has kind of different kind of gender values, I guess. It is a symbol that somebody is now belonging, and I hate the concept of that, Katlego, that somebody belongs to somebody else.
Yes.
And also, as we heard them saying, it's like saying, no one else can come near me. It's a sign to say, don't flirt, don't approach, don't think that I'm available, because that's what the sign, the ring is.
A deterrent sign, like you
Yes,
you said.
Absolutely, that's what it is. And a lot of people go into social environments and they look at people's fingers first to see. I mean, I know that I do that, and not because I'm looking for a partner, but just in terms of establishing their status in the world. It's one of the things that let us know what, well, we think it does, let us know what the status of that person is.
But then again, infidelity still is rife, and people with wedding rings on their fingers still go outside of the bounds of marriage. So does it really help? And I mean, so what really is the significance? Is it old-fashioned? Is it old-fashioned?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think wedding, engagement rings can be taken off, so it doesn't really, it isn't really something you can deter them. People look for, marks to see if they were there. Is it old-fashioned? No. People are still looking for symbolism. I love symbolism. I love rituals. And the fact is that a ring, I like the symbol of a ring because it's round.
Okay.
And people who work with me in my therapy room walk in and you see my carpets are full of rings. Why is that? Is that because the moment that anyone gets into some form of couple-dim or commitment or attachment or formal engagement, they symbolize it by putting a ring around themselves, by ringing themselves off from the rest of the world and from the rest of their peer groups and saying, actually, I am now ringed with this person.
Yeah, I guess it symbolizes eternity, no beginning, no end, right?
Well, that's exactly what a ring is as well, is that there's a hopefulness of it's just going to be life and it's going to keep going round.
Firstly, have you found that people obsess over, the type of stone that's on a ring, the size of it, and if so, why do they do that?
Can I tell you the history of engagement rings?
Okay.
Because we as South Africans are very involved with that. There weren't really diamond rings before De Beers. And I mean, it's a historical fact that De Beers, once they brought out all these diamonds, a marketing firm picked it up. And this was like in the 1940s and 1950s. And they picked it up and said, let's take these diamonds and market them. Who can we market them to? Of course, to people in love. And so it became conceptualized as part of romance.
Wow.
That's when diamonds first began to be symbolic of engagement rings. So to answer your question, the size and the shape of it, it's very much dependent on status and budget. And we all believe that bigger is better.
Well, there we go, the size and the shape, and hence diamonds are forever. We'll continue our chat with Dr. Eve after the break. Of course, remember that our lines are open, 083-9133-728. Gents, what do you have to say?